All right, so good evening, everybody. Welcome welcome back to another segment of News You Can Use. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Mya Henry, and I'm back with another segment of News You Can Use. So, today is Thursday, August 24th, and as usual, I'm happy, I'm excited to be here with you guys, sharing with you the latest updates and insights that can truly make a difference in your life and in your business as well. So, for today, I'm going to be sharing the most relevant news, trends, topics, and practical tips, just some of them. That way, you guys can stay ahead of the game if you apply them right away. So, without further ado, let's get started and get ready for an enriching session and an informative session that will be able to empower you to have an edge as you are building your business. So let's jump right into it. So, the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about is how employment experts are explaining why remote work won't last. So, more and more companies are demanding their workers to return back to the office. So in 2020, as you guys know, remote work actually became the norm for many people around the world out of sheer necessity. And fast forward 3 years, and companies want their workers back in the office. Goldman Sachs is pressuring their employees to return to the office 5 days a week, while other big names that include Amazon, Apple, Disney, IBM, BlackRock, and Meta have all mandated varying degrees of a hybrid schedule. Zoom, that enabler of remote work, recently jumped on the bandwagon asking its employees to return to the office twice a week. And even as 98% of workers have expressed the desire to work remotely, at least some of the time, which 98% is a huge percent, that's almost all workers. And this is according to Forbes. Workers are actually saying how they would rather work from home instead of having to go back to the office. So, Jason Greer, who is an employment expert, thinks that Goldman Sachs has the right idea. And he actually says that he thinks that it's time to face reality. He thinks that society is going back to a 5 day week. And that's what we saw before COVID. And that's what we're currently seeing. And he also says that companies are coming from the perspective of this: I pay you every 2 weeks to come into the office, you come into the office. Greer also said that the employment environment is vastly different now than it was during the pandemic, to the point that companies feel much more comfortable in demanding their workers to make a return to the office, knowing that they will lose a few people. And they understand that if they put these mandates into place, they're going to lose some people. But the good thing is, there is so much available talent that, and I quote, we can replace them with people who will actually command less than what those people out the door are commanding. But the labor market was historically tight at the outset of 2023, and this is according to the Keenan Institute of Private and there were two job openings for every unemployed person, which is the highest such ratio that has been recorded in the Bureau of Labor Statistics data. And though job openings recently fell to their lowest level in 2 years in June, the labor market remains tight with 1.61 job openings for every unemployed person in June. And job openings actually fell to 9.582 million as of the last day of June. The days of COVID where we were able to work remotely, they're gone, Greer says. So, given everything I shared with you guys, to me, it's just crazy how during the pandemic, people were forced to adapt to this new schedule of working remotely, or working from home. But now that things are a little bit past COVID, people are being asked to come out of that comfort zone that they were forced into during the pandemic and get back into in office work. And companies are forcing people to do this and pressuring their employees. There's really no debate about it. And for people who don't feel like they want to return to working in the office, these companies already have it in place that they're willing to hire people who are more open to filling the roles of working at office that they are demanding. And it just goes to show that employers aren't accommodating the employees, and employers are overall going to do whatever it takes, and they're going to do what they want regardless of how employees are feeling. So this is just one more reason that people should go into business for themselves and be their own boss. So when you're your own boss, you don't have to worry about taking orders from someone about where you can and cannot work from. You get to choose your own hours, you get to choose your own location, you get to choose a schedule that accommodates you the most without having to ever worry about if it's okay with your boss. So, with that being said, concluding this segment, it just goes to show that employees, they don't really have the flexibility that they're longing for or the flexibility that they want. So when it came to the pandemic, these employees were forced into a whole new environment. But now that they got used to that environment, which is the environment of working remotely, now they're trying to be called out of that environment, which it's kind of hard to get people to stop working from home after they got used to after these 3 years to actually go back to working in the office. It's not something that a lot of people are going to accommodate too easily. And employers recognize that. So that's why they're saying, all right, well, if these people do not want to return to working in the office, we're just going to find people who do. And it's just another example of to your employer, you are replaceable, right? So, with that being said, I'm going to leave you guys with this for today's segment. My name is Mya Henry. Thank you guys for tuning in. And of course, share this video with someone who you know may benefit from it. And I'll see you guys in the next segment of News You Can Use.